Hey guys, it's your girl London, and today we're going to be doing another holiday collection, and this time it's going to be from Hourglass. So if you want to see how the look turns out, or what I think about the product, and have a little chat with me, then stick around because we're going to get right into it. Okay guys, Hourglass. So I was watching Glam Girl Chelsea, and she's a fantastic, fantastic YouTuber here, and she is also a melanated queen like myself, and I like to watch her for reviews on foundations, powder products, things like that to see how they might wear on me because although we're slightly different tones, we're really still in the same category family. So she's somebody that is like a go-to for me to see. I was watching one of her more recent videos, which I will link down below, and it was about the Hourglass Ambient palette. I was a little shocked because I was like, that new holiday palette? Okay, I didn't know many people were checking for it considering they really don't play nice with people who have tan and melanated complexions. So I was interested and I watched her video and it looked beautiful. And so I was a little shooketh and I ordered it right away. So today I decided, hey, I'm trying a new foundation, a new concealer. I was getting ready to put on the rest of my makeup. Just so why not do a video with you guys? I'm not really sure about the foundation concealer quite yet, but nonetheless, I wanted to go ahead and do this base with you to kind of see, do we like it? Do we not like it? And like, what can you guys get from it? So this is $80. It is currently on Sephora. You can find it on Hourglass. I believe you can find it on Beautylish. I will link it in the information box in case you want to go check it out. But $80, that is typical Hourglass pricing. Hourglass, Luxe brand, they tend to have high price and or sometimes overpriced, like with those shadows. So, that is kind of what you're going to get with the Hourglass brand. So this is the, what I call the medium deep ambient palette for this holiday season because it has more of a coffee and caramel marbling through it. The lighter version, which I call the light medium, has more of like a cream and coffee marbling tortoiseshell effect to it. This is tin, but it is weighty, so it feels luxe. And right here you just have like a little notch. It's very easy to open. Like I'm just opening it with one finger, and as you can hear, it has a very, very nice magnetic closure. When you open it up, you do have this large mirror. Oh, you do have this large mirror, and although I don't use the mirrors in my palettes, if you wanted to use the mirror in your palette, it is here for you. It is nice. It is perfectly clear. It's not cloudy. It's beautiful. Then you do have the powders. So you have the two blushes, the bronzer, the highlighter, and the face powder. These four powders, they are 0.04 ounces. The face powder is 0.14 ounces. And that is what you're getting in here for the 80 bucks. It is a 12-month shelf life, and there are 2 re-promotes in here, and there are 3 new shades. I don't check for Hourglass like that, so I have absolutely no idea what the re-promotes in here are. I would assume that it's probably the bronzer and the highlighter. That would be my assumption. I will leave it in the information box which ones they are, because like I said, I don't check for Hourglass like that, so I don't know their products as well as somebody who really buys these every single season. I was very surprised to see that they did a light and a deep version, or their version of deep. Again, I think it's not deep enough still, but here we are. Because they typically stick with one category and they do the universal palettes really for what I would consider a fair light to beginning medium complexion. The kind of middle medium, the medium deep, the deep, and the deeper complexions, I feel like they tend to leave out of everything that they do. So I was surprised that they decided to do 2 of these holiday palettes. And so like I said, when I was watching Chelsea, I decided to go ahead and pick it up and see, could it work for me too? So I didn't show you guys the unicarton. It is, again, standard Hourglass, just this gold unicarton. What Hourglass does really well of all the things that they do is packaging and creating a luxe feel, except for with that little eyeshadow debacle that they did. But with everything else, they really know how to create that luxe experience with their products. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the kind of finishing powder. So the finishing powder is this one right here. And when we get done, we will kind of go through, I'll do some swatches. So we're going to use the Wayne Goss 00 brush, and this is just a big powder brush. And we're just going to go inside here. And this is supposed to just give you a flush of radiant ambient light from within. So it's not a highlighter, it's not a setting powder, It's a powder in which you're just going to brush over your face. And it's going to give you a light luminosity where you look lit from within. So let's go ahead. We put it on our brush, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm going to do one side of the face first, just so that we can see. And I definitely don't want to go too overboard with it, because we don't want to be looking like a disco ball. That is something we do not want. So let's see. I'm looking in my mirror and I feel like I see a difference. I feel like I also have a hair from this brush. I feel like I see a difference. So this is the side that we just put the powder on. This is the side that we didn't. So I am trying the new foundation and concealer out. I won't tell you guys what it is because I think I might be using it in an upcoming video. I'm not sure how I feel about it quite yet, but it is a matte finish. So this is the I'm seeing luminosity. And on this side, I'm seeing more of a matte finish, which would make sense because we just put the luminous powder over here, and this still has just the regular foundation. So again, I do see the difference, and I'm kind of shocked because I thought that this was going to be a little too much, because I have watched some reviews, and some of the reviews I'm seeing, people really dislike this powder, and particularly because they say it's just too luminous. It makes them look like a disco ball. But what I'm finding is that I really like this powder. Oh my gosh. Okay. I can certainly see that luminous look. It doesn't look glittery. It just looks nice. I think you just look kind of, again, like lit from within. So I definitely think I look more radiant, but I don't think it's as luminous as like a radiant or luminous foundation, or even a radiant or luminous setting spray. I think this definitely doesn't have that greasy feel or look to it, but it definitely does give you that kind of healthy glow. So okay, I can definitely see how you could go overboard with this though, and because it is not only luminous, but it is kind of a peachy color, it could start to wash you out a little bit if you did a little too much of it. So next we're going to go into blush, because I do my blush before I do my bronzer. So for the blush, we're just going to take this. I really hate when your brushes kind of start to lose bristles on your face, because it tickles and you try to avoid it and act like it's not there, but you just can't. So this is the Luxie 660 Precision Foundation Brush, and I actually use this as a blush brush. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into Rose Heat. That's this deeper one. And then up here is going to be Coral Flush. I'm actually looking at Sephora, you know, the more you know. And it's actually telling me that the Coral Flush and the Rose Heat are both new shades. The Solar Strobing Light, which is the highlighter right here, that's a new shade. So the Re-Promotes are actually the bronzer and the overall face powder that we just put on. So we're going to take the color, we're going to do both of them. So we're going to do Rose Heat, which is the deeper one. And we're going to, now I usually do a Santa Claus version on my face, but we're going to just go backwards with this one because it's the deeper one. So that way we can still have room to put Coral Flush in the front. Ooh, my. Okay. So this is definitely, and we are not going in heavy at all, but it is, she certainly is here for the party. Okay, this is nice. Now this does have, again, luminosity. So if you are a person who maybe is oily or you don't like to be luminous, this certainly is not going to be the palette for you, because this is just a luministic dream. So if luminosity is not your aim and is not your game, then this is going to be $80 that was not well spent. I really do like this a lot. This is really nice. And the reason why I do my blush first before my bronzer is because sometimes I can go a little heavy on the blush, and I like the bronzer because it can help to tone things down a bit. So we're going to go into my color switch, because we definitely don't want to put more of that in places before we go into our next color. So we're going to go into Coral Flush, which again, Coral Flush is just this lighter pink color right there. And we're going to take that on the brush, and we're going to do kind of like the front parts of the cheek where I usually do my Santa Claus, as I call it. So we're going to brush it here just to give us a little more flush to it. Now see, this is where we have both of them. This is where we just have the one. What are you guys thinking? Both or one? So let's do the other one. I really am liking this luminosity. It's giving like a healthy glow to the face, not gonna lie. And I haven't seen sun, real sun, in about 2 years. So I am probably at my fairest. So I like to have a little healthy glow going on here, considering I'm not getting the vitamin D I should be. Okay, I really like that. I know some people may think that that's a bit heavy, but I am somebody who really loves blush. I feel like that just gives life to the face. So I'm not afraid of blush. I'm not afraid of mascara. I'm not afraid of a little Tammy Faye. I'm not afraid of a little 80s clown. I'm good with both of them. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into the bronzer, which this was probably the most to me, but it worked on Chelsea. So the bronzer is marbled. So they tend to do this marbled effect. So as you see, it has the brown and it has kind of almost the same color as the finishing powder rolling through it. Now this I will kind of show you guys before we get into it. It is, again, luminous also, but this is what it looks like. So it almost looks like a goldy bronze. So that was my concern. So that's why I was looking for videos, and I found Chelsea's video. I was like, let's see what's going on with that. So we're putting it on this Morphe 2 brush right here. It's got like a small domed powder brush. Not quite as big, clearly, as the Wayne Goss brush that we had. And that's because I really want to try to concentrate it, because it is, again, it's luminous. So we definitely don't want it to go too crazy. So let's kind of see what it can do. I think that it oh yeah, okay. So it definitely is. So this is the side. This isn't fully blended, but this is what we have right here. This is without it. With it, without it, I can see it. I definitely can see it, and I think that unlike, like, I've been using the Jaclyn Hill bronzer for the cream, and I've been using the Cab bronzing palette for powder, and those are definitely, you can see them. I think this, again, gives that lit from within. Like, this does not look, I think it doesn't look dramatical at all. Okay, so I like that. So I think if you're somebody who likes more of a, I like to call it Cali bronze. A Cali bronze, I think that this could be a nice addition over that to give you that luminosity. But I think if you're somebody who really wants to be able to see your bronzer, I don't know if this is really going to be that for you, because although clearly you can definitely see it, it's not standing out the way I know some people like their bronzers to really stand out. This really is just a soft, luminous lighting effect. But I really like it because, again, it's like giving you that healthy warmth. Now, as you can see, guys, I'm about an NC43. I used to be a Fenty 350, but now I'm about a Fenty anywhere between a 330 and a 345. And as you can see, this is showing up on my skin. But if you were maybe a bit deeper, like maybe a Fenty 360, maybe 365, I think probably 365 could get away with it. But I think if you were any warmer than that, any deeper than that, I don't know that this would really do what it is you're wanting it to do on your skin. Although, as you're seeing, this certainly is doing its thing. And I think it really did warm up the face because, like I said, that foundation was very matte. And this, I think, is not only providing the luminosity, but is definitely providing the warmth that I wanted, because that foundation also was really more spot on with my neutral olive tone, and I usually do tend to go for warmer foundations, simply because if I go for foundations that really match my skin, they tend to be slightly more flat and pale than I would like them to be. So I like my face to be warmed up a bit, and so most of the time I do it through my foundation, and I think that this is allowing me to have the color foundation that I actually need with the amount of warmth that I'm trying to get from it. And I do go back into my hairline because, like I said, like my scalp is pretty much like the rind of a watermelon. And so if I don't go back like this, you'll definitely be able to see the lines of demarcation between my bronzer and my scalp. But I really like this, and I usually will put a little bit of bronzer right here and like a V on my nose, because when I get sun, that is where the sun hits me too, kind of right where your sunglasses would be at. So I just want to continue that there, and I put a little right here on the chin, because of course it hits me right there too. Chelsea, I know when I talk to her, I don't know her in real life. When I say talk, I really mean through writing on her YouTube channel, and she was so gracious to write me back. I told her, like, look, my husband's gonna kill me for this, not happy, $80 for this, but girl, you steered me right, because this is very nice, and I would not have tried it without watching her video, because like I said, I was not checking for them, but this is, I'm here for this. I like it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the highlighter. We're going to take the Wayne Goss, oh my gosh, should I actually rub off this number? I have used this so much I have rubbed off the number, so not quite sure which Wayne Goss brush this is, but as you can see, I love Wayne Goss. So we're going to go in here. As you can see, these are powdery, but they're not like getting all over the place, but you're definitely picking stuff up. So be sparing when you go in. So we're going to go, ooh, ma'am, okay. I thought we were still doing the lip from within. This said, I'm trying to be a star, doll. I'm trying to be a star. So that is the side with it. This is the side without it. With it, without it, together. I can say that I'm, on this item at least, I am definitely eating my words with this, because this actually is a really nice palette. However, like I said, it does not go deep enough. So I think that although it's a nice palette, let's caveat it with, I feel like they should have a third version and go deeper, because I think that I think these are great formulas, and these products are working fantastically. And I feel like it really sucks that if you're maybe 2 shades deeper than me, you don't get to enjoy this. You don't get to try this out. So again, while I like it, I do think that we do have work still to do and to be done, because I think that we should allow everybody to experience these powders and this lit from within look. So I think that they should come out with a third palette. So hopefully by next year, they kind of have come around to things and gotten it together and can have the third palette. So guys, that's it. This is the look. This is the look we got from it. Are you guys here for it? I really, begrudgingly, I like it. I like it. So let's go ahead and let's do some swatches. So I'm going to do 2 finger swatches simply because these are ambient radiant lights. So this is the all over face powder we used. So that was that. And I'm trying to do some wider ones because since these are just like luminous, they're going to be slightly difficult to see. Next, we're going to go in with the bronzer right next to it. So you can see that. And if you see, the bronzer looks more like a gold next to that overall ambient light. And then there's the bronzer. So again, very nice healthy glow. We're going to go in with the highlight shade that we just put on. just because I want you guys to have these three kind of powders next to each other so you can see that there actually are slight differences. So here's the all over powder, here's the bronzer, and then here's that highlighter. So you can definitely see the shine really coming through in the highlighter. So it definitely is a definitive different shine. And then next to the bronzer also helps it make the bronzer look more brown because this looks more gold and this looks more of kind of like a champagne. Now we're going to go into the blush that we put on the apples of our cheek, the lighter pink blush. I'm going to put that right there. So there's that. And now we're going to go in with the deeper blush. And the deeper blush does feel different to me. When I just swatch them, the deeper blush feels a little bit smoother than the lighter one. So here's the deeper one. So guys, that is the entire palette right there. So there's the palette right there. Here's the palette on my face. Again, I'm about an NC43, Fenty 330, 345. So, you know, if you guys are around my complexion, I think this could work for you. Again, I'll leave Chelsea's channel down below so you guys can go check her out. See if you're around her complexion, her tone, to see, you know, if you think that it will work for you. But I think it's fantastic, honestly. I think the quality is there. I think that the look is absolutely beautiful. And I'm glad that I have it. I do think that they could go deeper. I think we could do better. I think we still have work to do. But overall, I think it's a great palette. And I think that I'm happy to have it in my collection, especially because I was not checking for Hourglass like that. So I don't have things like that from Hourglass. I have like a concealer, and I think I used to have like a sample of an ambient lighting powder, one of those tiny ones, and I never used it. So to be introduced or reintroduced to them like this was a pleasant surprise. I just wish everybody could be introduced or reintroduced to them. And that's the goal I'm hoping that they get to sooner rather than later, because I do think this is a really, really pretty palette. I'm telling you, this highlighter, I'm here for this, but it doesn't look like you're blinding, even though you're blinding. So I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this. So I think that if you have somebody in your life who is my complexion, slightly deeper than my complexion, or somebody who's fair, because I do have the fair palette, but we're only working with this one today, I think that this would be a great, great, great holiday addition to their collection, and or a great holiday addition to your collection. So guys, thank you so very much for watching the video. Please let me know comments, concerns, questions. You hate Hourglass, you love Hourglass, you have it, you don't have it. Tell me everything down in the comment section so we can chat about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me 2 thumbs up. Not 1, but 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified of all my new videos and you don't miss a single one. Currently, I have been posting on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays are our fun day where we do the Resurrection Shadow Day, where we take it back 2 years or more and we revive an old palette. So we resurrect her from the grave and we use it. We've been having a lot of fun on Saturdays. So if you don't have anything to do on Saturdays, come on over, hang out with us, and see which palette we're going to resurrect. If you guys have not already, head on over to Instagram, follow me at London Brielle, see what I do when I'm not here on the camera. Totally cut off while I was trying to say goodbye because it's rude. But until next time, guys, I love you, I miss you, and I will see you on the flip side. I love you guys. Bye.